we're going to Tassie, like I said.
The Apple Isle.
So the Apple Isle, exactly right, Mark, exactly right.
Well, last time I was down there was 95.
It's true, that's a while ago.
Yeah,
So if you have a look at this, we take the Spirit of Tassie down there quite often.
Yeah.
So if you have a look at the Spirit of Tassie, they've actually renovated as well. So I haven't been on the new renovated one, but it looks nice.
Yeah.
We're trying to do a difference for you when you go on the Spirit of Tassie. So you've got daytime crossing and nighttime crossings. So there's a bit of a blend between the two. Daytime ones apparently are really good because you get to wander around the boat, do stuff.
Yeah.
But the night times are good as well because then you sleep through the night, then you get off and you're ready to go the next morning.
Where does that go from?
Leaves from Port Melbourne, in Melbourne, and goes to Devonport.
Port Melbourne, yeah.
And then Devonport back. Usually the nighttime crossing, they leave at about 7 o'clock at night, 7:30 at night. And they're in sort of anywhere from 5 to 7 a.m. in the morning, depending on weather.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, these seats here, actually, they're the sit-up recliners. So those sit-up recliners, I actually reckon they're quite good. I don't mind them. So instead of having sleeping, you can go into a sit-up recliner. These seats through here, they're just ones you can just sit out on and relax. When you're on there, you don't actually get allocated a seat if it's a daytime crossing. You can just go and sit wherever you want.
Oh, wow.
So it's really nice. They've got top deck where they've got a bar. So if you want to have a drink and things like that, knock yourself out. And then they've got the lower decks. They've got a souvenir store as well. So you can go and buy your souvenirs to start yourself up with. Oh, there you are. PlayStation for kids. The new Spirit of Tasmania. Look at that. So that's one of them that we jump on. So generally we are the Spirit of Tasmania across or fly across. If we do the Spirit of Tassie, we try and get to try and take one of our cars over there or coach over there. Have you been there before, Mark, or not?
As I said, I was crossing Tassie in 95.
Yeah, right. God, that's a while ago.
It is.
Well, the original, before the Spirit of Tasmania, if you go up to the very north of where Launceston is, they used to take it from there across. They didn't go to Devonport. It was only when the Spirit of Tasmania started, they moved across to Devonport, I think. Richmond. You guys would have been to Richmond. Richmond's a nice little place to go to.
Oh, it's a beautiful place with all the
that's beautiful. Richmond.
So Richmond, the good thing about Richmond is it has, so this bridge, I think it's about 1860 or something like that. It was built.
Beautiful.
And you can drive across it.
Beautiful old heritage buildings.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's there. 1823, this bridge was built.
Oh, I know that one.
We drive across the bridge. When we go there, we generally drive across the bridge.
Oh,
they are Richmond Jail, so if we want to lock you up, we can lock you up too, which is good.
Uh-oh.
Behave yourself.
And this one here, have you ever been into here? Old Hobart Town?
Might have. I can't remember.
Old Hobart Town.
Oh, old. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
I just see Amanda's just jumped in as well. Amanda's the lady who takes all your bookings.
Oh, hey, Amanda.
So if you ring up or email, Amanda's the one that gets them.
Amanda.
Oh, we're in Tassie today.
Yeah, we're looking at Richmond.
Oh, it's beautiful there.
Now, I'm going to stop it just for a second. You know the best thing about Richmond? It has... Oh, hang on, I've restarted it. Hang on. I didn't stop it. The best thing about Tassie is they have a thing called a scallop pie.
Yes, at the
You ever had the scallop pie?
I've tried it.
Scallop pie? Never.
Oh, yeah, gosh. What they do is they cook a pie. Here's Freddie coming in. They have these pies coming in. Pies. And they cook them. They got scallops with a white sauce in them.
Oh, yum.
And they're good stuff.
I've actually tried it and I can recommend it.
Yeah. So they have the mini village here in Richmond as well. That's worth going and have a look around.
Oh, yeah.
And they have replicas of Hobart.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. How are you, Freddie? You good? You're on mute, Fred. We can't hear you. You don't need to wear your mask with us because we can't hear you. Can't get COVID off you. But we drive all over these streets here. It's a beautiful town. Like you said, Mark, it's very historic.
Beautiful held heritage restored buildings.
Yeah.
John Church.
And it doesn't take long to get there. So from Hobart, it's probably only about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
A beautiful place to go to.
Yes. Beautiful.
And we go into a lot of these places as well. They've got a really good lolly shop. If you like lollies,
Oh,
it's
no,
small.
can't
But
eat
it's,
it.
yeah, I can. They're really good lollies, though.
Really?
Yeah, they're fantastic lollies. Scallop pies and lollies.
Oh, yeah.
What a
Look at the baby
combination!
ducks.
What a combination!
Quack, quack.
If you check out this Zoodoo Wildlife Park, that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Oh,
And they've got all different animals there as well. I think, Julie, you may have been there with me, actually.
yeah, I might have, Peter. Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah. I think last time I went there was pouring rain and windy. It was still a good
Yeah.
day, though.
Yeah, ooh, Tasmanian.
Yeah, Tassie Devil. You ever
Ooh.
patted a Tassie Devil?
No, no way.
No.
No.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh,
So the
They
Tassie-
sound, they sound scary. That's enough.
Yeah.
Look at that cute little pony.
Oh. It's beautiful.
What are you doing, reckon, Freddie?
Look
Look at that. Beautiful.
You give me Clubmates book.
Yeah, you're going to get a book where, actually, while you're all here, so what we've done is, I've actually got, which I don't think
Yeah.
you've seen it yet, Amanda, this is our new brochure.
Oh, it's yep.
So it's where that one's our proof copy. So Margaret and I are going to go through it today.
Okay.
Just make sure everything's okay. Then it goes back to the printer and they start printing it. So I'm hoping in about 2 weeks you'll get a hard copy in the mail.
Okay.
We do have it on our website, so it's all ready for you to view it.
Yeah.
If you want to have a look on the website. If you want an email copy, we've set that up as well. So Mary Ann, who's in this meeting as well, she's put links to our website. So you can just get the email and you can click on the different holidays and it takes you straight into our website.
Yeah.
So you can have a look at it. All right, I found, or I think Amanda actually found this clip. This is just a cute clip. Look at this. I'm not going to talk much in this because this is fun.
What's that? Oh, it's a penguin. Oh, cute.
In Tasmania,
Oh.
Tasmania's east, near the seaside village of Bishop. You can take a where you meet penguins who like feet. We bite toes, we bite toes. Oh yes it does. A Bishop penguin tour loves to tour, respecting you. But take our clues and with yours.
So, I just like that one. So those penguins, the Bichonneau Penguin Tour, we actually do that one. So around that Bichonneau area, so if you go to the eastern side of Tassie, so basically we've come now off the Spirit of Tasmania and we've gone down to Bichonneau, which is on the east coast. It's a wild, rugged area, but it has some of the best tasting foods and has some of the great wildlife. It's just a magical area to go to.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
Views are nice, food's good,
Oh.
and it's not densely populated. There's not many people there. So
sounds
when you can
interesting.
get around, it's just a beautiful place to go to.
Sounds interesting.
But then we found that singing penguin one, and then we found this one. How cute is this? They're releasing penguins. So these penguins probably were hurt or something like that, or maybe they were chicks and they brought them up and they've released them back into the wild.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oops, he's going
A lot
the
of
wrong.
a lot of people don't realise that between the bottom of Victoria and Tasmania, there's actually quite a few penguins. So we have the Penguin Parade in Victoria, which is well known.
Phillip Island.
Phillip Island, yep.
Phillip
And then we
Island,
also, at the top of Tassie, they have lots of penguins there.
Oh,
So just
really?
west
Oh.
of Devonport, there's lots of penguins that come in there.
Oh,
And Bicheno is a very well-known area for penguins.
Ah.
I did one of the best trips that we've ever done. It was a New Year's Eve, and we went to Launceston, and we went right up the top to
Really?
Georgetown,
Yeah.
and we did a penguin tour there. Anyway, I drove the bus out onto this dirt, had to park it onto this grass patch. Big bus, you know how big the coach is. Park it on this grass. I thought, I hope I don't get bogged here. We got off the coach, and the penguins were with, arm's reach of us. They were so close.
Oh.
I've never had that before anywhere in Australia. And then you get places like this at Bicheno, which is on the east coast. Beautiful, rugged weather. It's got wind, it's got rain. You imagine all that sort of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And it's just a picturesque place to be.
Yeah.
And these little penguins, they disappear and away they go. Nice little place to be. Nice place to be. But you can't go anywhere in Tassie without seeing a Tassie devil.
Tassie devil, yeah. Ooh.
So, not at Zoodoo, at one of the other nature parks, you can actually, you can't hold it yourself, but you can actually pat a Tasmanian devil. So the Tassie devils,
Ooh, I
yeah,
didn't want to touch it. Ooh.
yeah, no, you have a keeper that holds it. He was holding it up here, and then you just pat its back. He said, "Oh, don't put your hand near its mouth or its face or anything."
Oh, it would probably bite.
Because he will bite you. Take your fingers off. Fred, have you been kissed by a Tasmanian devil before or what?
Oh, no, thanks.
A bit of a love bite, that's all.
Oh, I don't like them.
Well, like crocodiles, Tassie devils, the bite down on them is severe. So if they do bite you, you're not getting out of it. But it's actually good to have them in these places because they had a cancer on the front of their face.
Yeah.
And they were contracting it between different Tassie devils because you can see they bite each other on the face. And so they actually put them into captivity and isolated the healthy Tasmanian devils, so they had a breeding program going there because the ones out in the wild were rapidly dying because of disease, which was very sad, very sad. Have a listen to this. I'll just turn the sound on. Can you hear them?
Yeah.
Ew, that one's opening his mouth.
It's a bit like it's like a bird sound.
Yeah.
Or kids yelling at each other, whinging.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like kids.
I just reckon they're cool. I like them. I like Tasmanian devils.
Oh, you can have them, Pete.
And their fur, but honestly, their fur is really, really soft. When you pat them, obviously you don't pat their head, but when you pat down their back, their fur's really soft.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he's having a bit of a snack.
Yeah.
But they only eat sort of smaller animals. Obviously, they're not huge or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't they cute? Look at them. And it's actually sunny there in Tassie. Cute little suckers. All right, so that's our Tassie Devils. Then if you want to do something a bit racy,
yeah.
Have you ever heard of a place called Mona?
No.
Wow, there we go. if you want to see something that's a bit racy, you go as not eating speed, as in a bit sexual and things like that. They have very controversial art at this place called Mona. It's a big art gallery.
Okay, Mona.
And I'll just turn this sound down a bit. But they've got all this different variety of art.
Oh, wow.
This is in Hobart. This is all
Oh.
part of the Derwent River area.
Yeah.
But look how beautiful it is.
Mm.
And the good thing when you wake up in most of Tassie, you wake up in the morning, it's cold and it's crisp. Even in summer,
Yeah.
it's cold, it's
Yeah.
crisp and everything
Very
else.
cold.
But
Yeah,
it's quite sunny.
Ooh.
And so, yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
So we go up and down the river on the Derwent River cruises. We do sometimes
Oh,
lunch
okay.
cruises, dinner cruises. You go past the casino down there.
Oh,
Beautiful
yeah.
place to be. Beautiful place to be. I've been told, I've never tested it, I've been told the fishing's great too. If you're into fishing, I believe the fishing's very good.
Oh.
I'm not a big fisherman myself, but there you go. I keep looking to the side because I've got 2 screens. So I'm ignoring you. I'm looking at what I'm showing. I want to go there now. The problem with doing this is you want to go away, don't you?
Yeah.
You realise
I
what we've
get
been
there.
missing for so long. So I think we've got Sydney and Melbourne people here. I'm not sure where Vlada is from. Where are you from, Elizabeth? Are you Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane?
The Central Coast in
Central
New South
Coast.
Wales.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got a trip coming up there shortly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I've just clicked. Elizabeth, I know where you're from. Yep. You're Stevens.
My
Stephen? No.
My surname.
No. You're in connection with Stephen Jones?
No.
Not. No, that's
No.
all right. That's someone else. There's another Elizabeth up there. All right, have a look at this, Mount Wellington.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you a story around this one. So Mount Wellington's in Hobart.
That's just the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beautiful place to be.
Oh, that's
Last time I went to Hobart, I was in a
Oh.
Toyota Coaster bus, and we drove
Oh, yeah.
only about halfway up because it was too snowy. And so we pulled up on the side of the road because they stopped us going all the way up. So we made up
Oh,
snowballs.
okay.
We had a snow fight. Terrific fun. And it
Oh,
gets
time of the
windy
year
up
was
there.
that? What time of the year was that,
I
Peter?
actually think it was quite early, so it was about March or April.
Yeah, because they have snow any time of the year up there, don't they?
Yeah, they can have
man.
snow at any time of the year at all. And you can see like she's slipping around and things like that. She's probably lucky that she can actually, if that's her bus that she's in, she's probably lucky to get the bus up there if there's that much ice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And the views up there, if you get a good day,
Beautiful.
the views are absolutely magical.
So that's early for them to get snow, isn't it?
What's that?
So that's early for them to get snow, isn't it?
It's really early.
Yeah.
Do you know, one year, Mark, I was up on the Gold Coast on one of our New Year's Eve trips, and Carol was down in Tassie, and they actually had to put jackets on and everything else, and it started to snow.
Oh,
So
my
we were
goodness.
sweltering on the Gold Coast, and it was snowing in Tassie at Christmas.
How lovely. A
And
white
we just remember even earlier this year, I think it was Amanda. Catherine went over there earlier this year with a small group, and it was snowing then as well.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
So that tower up the top there, that's actually a survey tower.
Oh,
You
okay.
can look at the clouds just rolling through.
Yeah.
And this overlooks down into Hobart. Oh, who's Neville Hayes? There you go. I don't know where he is.
Beautiful spot on a clear day.
Oh, it's magical on a clear day. You've got to get a good day, though. That's the thing with it. Got to get a good day.
Yeah.
All right.
Peter,
Yeah.
you want to know if it in the Tasmania, where you go to Hobart?
Yeah, this is just in Hobart, actually.
It's in Hobart.
Yeah.
I
I'll
know
see what this
that.
one, I don't know what this one is. We'll skip the ads. Just see what this is, just for a bit of a laugh. See if it's Tassie. Travelling to Mount Wellington. Oh, we'll watch this, why not?
Ah.
I actually like it when we go across to Tassie. We can take our vehicles. If we can take our vehicles,
Yeah.
this is driving into Hobart. I know this road,
Oh, okay.
and this is not far out of the centre of Hobart. We're only a couple of minutes out of the centre of Hobart. On our left there is the botanical gardens and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit different than
yeah.
driving into the city of Sydney or Melbourne, isn't it?
Now, on our left, just here, is the harbour, the yacht harbour, just behind that building there. See all the yachts just coming up now on the left?
Mm.
This is one of the main roads going up sort of the side of the markets.
Oh,
So if I stop it here, if you just look out to the left there,
yeah.
that's where, well, if you saw through the buildings, that's where they have the Salamanca markets.
Ah, yes.
The Salamanca markets are where you do all your shopping. So they have them on the
yeah.
weekend, and if you love shopping, it's the place to go.
Oh, okay.
They sell,
Really nice.
sell some interesting stuff there.
I'll tell you, they've got a great bakery around the back of there as well. They sell really good cakes.
Oh,
Salamanca
yeah.
markets. Also, we went last time I was over there. We decided we'd get out of Hobart for a while. We drove down south on one of these styles of roads, a little back road. I was in a van. We had dirt roads and everything to get right down south, and we had roads like this all the way down. It was just beautiful, and we had the best scenery. And we got on this little train ride, and I reckon it was all built by convicts. Because Tasmania's a big convict area.
Yeah.
Because convicts basically did most of the building around Hobart and that biggest Port Arthur. So obviously Port Arthur was a big convict settlement.
Port Arthur, it's nice.
There we go, driving up Mount Wellington. This is a drive up.
Yeah.
Beautiful place to drive up to.
Oh, beautiful.
You imagine the views out the left-hand side of the car there.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that
Driving
blue
up.
sky. They've got a good day.
Hey, do you want me to tell you about how bad I am at driving at times? One of my worst things I ever did. I went down into Cataract Gorge, and they said no big vehicles. I drove the coach and the trailer down there. We had to take the trailer off so I could turn around, connect the trailer back up again so I could drive out again. I didn't have enough room to turn, and I couldn't reverse back. It was too far. But don't tell her I said that, all right? I didn't do that. That was Amanda.
Okay.
Look at the views, though. Just magnificent.
That's beautiful. Oh, I wish I
So
was
just think of
there.
that. You can breathe in the nice, clean, crisp air.
Oh, beautiful.
They're all rugged up.
Oh,
And they got the survey towers on the top there as well.
yeah.
And they've got the little boardwalks where you can wander around and have a look at the views and whatever else.
Yeah.
They do generally close Mount Wellington in the middle of winter because it gets too much snow on it.
It would.
And this day that we were up there, it was a lot of fun because we had thick snow. So we had snowball fights, and people like us, we don't get to see snow very often.
No,
That's true.
No,
That's
yeah.
true. That's very
So-
true.
And even though Melbourne's cold and crappy at times, we just don't tend to see snow. And Sydney and like the Central Coast, well, you're not going to see any.
No.
It doesn't get too
No,
wintry there really
no.
compared to down south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that, beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Simply gorgeous, isn't it, Jit?
That's beautiful. Oh.
Whoever took the videos jerking around a bit, isn't it? This was not me. Jumping around. It's a little survey tower just up the top there.
Oh, yeah.
So surveyors use it. So they need to position their, called theodolite. They position their theodolite. They zoom and they look up there, and they can look at that point pretty much anywhere in Hobart.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So they need 3 of those. They position themselves, so then they're within a few millimetres of their accuracy of where they are. Another good thing about Tasmania when we go there,
Yeah.
Tasmania is said to have the cleanest water in the world,
Oh, really?
the purest water in the world. So that's why they make such good beer. So the Cascade Brewery and Bogues
Yeah.
is the best beers because they're so clean. If you taste the South Australian beers, they've got a funny taste because their water has a funny taste. But the Tasmanian beers are magical.
Yeah.
So if they make at the Cascade Brewery, they make ginger beers as well as normal beer,
Oh, I love ginger
and
beer.
everything they taste, they've got all different flavours of their beers as well.
Oh, okay.
Some are alcoholic, some aren't, but they're really, really good
Oh, yeah.
tasting. Really good. And apples, if you go into just south of Hobart, we go to some of these little apple farms and things like that.
Well,
And
that's
they've
what
got
they're,
some of the nicest apples. Really
Well, that's-
crisp, clean, and
that's what they're famous for.
yeah, obviously the apple aisle.
Yeah.
Look at that. Wouldn't you love to be there now?
What a great
Yeah.
day they got. Look at that view.
Yeah, that's magic. And that's Hobart right in front of us there.
Mm-hmm.
I've walked down this boardwalk many times. See, it's got the chicken wire on it, so if it does snow, you know, it goes zip and slip over onto your bum.
Oh, Peter.
Oh, behave. What do you reckon, Julie?
Yeah, behave. Peter.
I just like the views. And the good thing about
Oh,
these, when you take a photo, you
that's
can't take a bad photo.
No.
Every photo you take's always good. Always good.
Yeah.
And it's the same with New Zealand. So when you go to New Zealand, you can pretty much never take a bad photo.
No. That's beautiful. Oh.
In here, there's not really anything. It's just where you can go to get out of the cold, basically.
Oh,
It's a bit of an information centre they have up the top.
yeah.
There was a proposal to put a museum or information centre up there, as long with a cafe and whatnot up there as well. But apparently the Darwin City Council knocked it back. They didn't want it because it was going to change the whole landscape of Mount Wellington. So they decided not to do it. The Cascade Brewery is a really nice place to go to, which I don't think I've got a clip on that at the moment.
Hey, Pete.
Yep.
If you got me in there, you'd have to drag me out kicking and screaming, I think.
I'm a bit like that too. Well, the good thing when you go through the brewery, you can wander through, do a tour, which we do many times, and at the end of the tour, you have all the tastings.
Ooh,
and they have beers there that we can't buy. You can only buy them at the brewery.
Ah, okay.
So, and when you buy them, so you know, if we've got the coach, we can buy them and bring them home. But if you're flying, obviously, it's a lot harder because you can't carry them so easily. But Tassie has the best tasting cheeses, the best tasting milks. We got it. There's a raspberry farm. We can have raspberry cappuccinos, raspberry lattes. They make raspberry cakes. You guys don't ever see it, but I do because I have to go and pay. When I go and pay for stuff, at the front counter, they have these chocolate-coated raspberries, and they just have them on the counter, so I just pop them like lollies. Last time they actually took it away and put it somewhere else because I ate too many of them. Really good, really good.
Naughty boy.
But we've got chocolate. They have really Ango's chocolate as well. So if you like chocolate, well worth going there as well. But we do that when we come off the Spirit of Tasmania. We actually go to Ango's chocolate. We go to the cheese. Yeah, you've been there, Freddie. Yep. Same with you, Julie. I'm sure you've been there.
Yeah.
We go to the cheese factory, and we also go into the raspberry farm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're just nice places to go.
Yeah.
I think you're whetting my appetite.
I thought I might do that. Another nice place to go is, if you're into trains, this one.
Oh, yeah.
The Don River Railway.
I've been
there, yeah.
Pete, I've been on that.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it doesn't go very far. It just chugs up the rail, so it's only about maybe a half an hour, 45-minute train ride. Chugs up the rails, but it's a steam train. Depending on the time of the year, they do put diesel trains on as well, because you can't have a steam train in the middle of summer, apparently. But if you like souvenir shopping, they've got some really good souvenirs in that shop as well.
Oh, okay.
Which I know, Julie, you hate shopping, don't you?
I love it. Very fun.
Why am I not surprised?
Very fun. Oh, you're funny, Peter.
But these trains get renovated and fixed and repaired and maintained by just volunteers who live around the
Oh,
area.
yeah. Yeah.
So they're very, very clever people that keep them up and running.
It's going backwards.
I was just on a boat in Adelaide, in Galway, in South Australia recently, and they said the problem they're finding now is the younger generation don't know how to repair them. So when this older generation are sort of all gone and can't do it anymore, they're going to go, well, who's to fix it? Because there's not many young people coming in.
Oh.
Look at, I love those steam trains.
So do
How
I.
long- So,
Like
you
Puffin
remember-
Bill.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
Apparently, Puffing Billy, they had a train. No, it might have been. I think it was Puffing Billy. They had a train engine that looked like a cartoon character, and they weren't allowed to put it on the tracks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's one thing in Victoria. That's one thing in Victoria I've never ever been on.
A train or Puffing Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on Puffin Billy. It's cool.
I think most people in Victoria have been on Puffing Billy. It's quite
Yeah.
iconic, and it's a beautiful train trip.
It is. Yeah.
We've actually got some train trips running next year. So if you're into trains, there's a couple of really good trips out there.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
But there's so next year we're not doing any international holidays and we haven't got any cruising because of all the COVID stuff.
Okay.
So you'll see a lot of Australia next year, and we're trying to highlight how good Australia is next year.
Yeah.
So there's going to be lots and lots of coach trips. There'll be flying trips in and out of all these destinations. Obviously, Spirit of Tasmania is okay.
I'm definitely going to go on the Indian Pacific.
Yeah, Indian Pacific is a beautiful train to go on. Beautiful train.
Oh,
What
Look
happened?
at this.
What happens once you get the other end?
You get off and you can either fly home or you can get on the train again if you like. So we have some of our trips, so we generally do the train one way and fly the other. So if we get the train across, then we'll fly home. But we'll get the train across, that'll be 3-4 days, and then we'll spend anywhere from 2 to 3 days playing around in Perth, because there's lots of things to look at in Perth, and then we'll fly home. I've done the other way, so I've flown into Perth and then trained it back.
Oh, okay.
It's a beautiful train ride. I love trains. I reckon they're really good. And the Don River Railway down here, because this is right near some more little penguins too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So they don't let you run these things at night and that because you might run over the penguins.
Oh, yeah.
He's going backwards. He's confused.
Going backwards.
I don't know that, Julie and Fred, you may remember, but Puffing Billy used to be able to hang out the side of Puffing Billy.
Yeah.
I remember sitting on the side when I was little, and you get soot and crap all over you.
Yeah.
I don't think you're allowed to do that now. I think they have bars on the windows, so you can't hang out and sit out the side. They're worried you might fall off the side.
Don't think it's running for the COVID.
No. My nephew actually works on it.
Oh,
And so, no, it's not running at the moment, no. It'll start up again. So at 70%, we're doing individual holidays. And then 80% we got our group holidays back again.
Oh, good.
So 80% we're expecting that should be, early November, very early November.
What about what about individual ones?
At 70% we can do individual ones, Mark, absolutely. So originally, from...
I'll let my brother know.
Because you're in New South Wales, Mark.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's 70%. So I think it's next week or something.
that's right. Yes,
You guys are free to get out and about.
I'm thinking about Canberra.
Canberra, could you get into Canberra? They haven't opened borders just yet.
Uh-huh.
But I think that's weeks away, not months. It's weeks.
Weeks, but I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, Canberra's absolutely worth a trip.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it for an individual one. You know.
Yep.
I have been down there with a small group.
Yep.
In fact, that was my first tour with you.
Yeah. If you're going to do Canberra, you'll probably get hold of Amanda and speak to Amanda. Let her know, and she can let me know that you've called up if I don't take the phone call. And because I'm full of useless information on Canberra. I was brought up there, like I said, a couple of weeks ago. So, Julie, who's Emma?
Emma's the new team leader.
Okay, righto.
Yeah, leader. Trish left. Yeah,
Okay, righto. No worries.
yeah.
All right, gang.
Okay.
Won't make you watch any more of those.
Oh, look at the steams.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh,
What's up, Fred?
Oh, I know you, mate, and the crew, and we got on the Pond Village.
Puffing Billy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go on Puffing Billy. Yeah, absolutely. Some of the Victorian trips we do Puffing Billy because they're so nice. It's well worth going on Puffing Billy.
yeah.
We generally go a one-way trip on Puffing Billy.
Oh, okay.
So we'll cruise around. We go from Lakeside up into one of the others or vice versa, because Lakeside's one of the stations. I generally like to come into Lakeside because they've got a whole a railway set, miniature railway set at Lakeside. They have some souvenirs you can buy there, and we probably will do that next year. We've definitely got holidays around Puffing Billy. One thing we have seen with Victoria's the big wheel that we have. I'm guessing it's gone broke, and so we can't do that anymore. Was it the Star? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Melbourne Star. So that's actually gone broke. So I'm imagining that'll start up again in the next few months when people start travelling again. I was just looking down south of Tassie, though. I'm looking at this train again. Down south, this train I went on, we were going on these really rickety little rails, and they were built on convicts. And they actually told a story of all the convicts and how they lived, how the convicts escaped from that particular area, but they had nowhere to escape to because Tasmania's on island, and how rough and how hard the life was of these convicts. They didn't have any sheds or anything like that. They basically had to live and camp outside for the first part of their conviction, and then they had to build their own houses and that.
I don't think I would have liked to have been one.
No, I actually watched a movie probably about a year ago now, and it showed the convicts ended up eating each other. They escaped and they ended up eating each other because they didn't see there was any food. It's pretty brutal.
Oh, okay.
Interesting history, but fairly brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Fred? Should we go on this?
Yes.
Look at that. Beautiful. And it's sunny.
Blue
I don't know what it's
sky.
like up there in New South Wales, but it's actually sunny here in Melbourne today, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's not too bad here.
Yeah. So it's very nice. Very nice. All right. They are weird tricks that destroy diabetes. There you go. Jeez. Where do they get this stuff from, really? Where do they get this stuff from? All right. Let me cancel that out. All right, gang. Well, that's it for another week.
Okay, Peter.
So we're gonna come back. Where do you want to go next week? Where should we go next week? Let's go to maybe South Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have a look around South Australia next week because then we
Yeah.
can bring in the Indian Pacific and the Gan and that because they come in and out of
Yeah.
Adelaide.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So I might have some clips on that for next week because we've got a few train buffs running.
Yeah. Okay, Pete.
All right, same bat time, same bat channel.
Let my brother know
I'm
that
gonna
it's another
tell you.
holiday.
Pete,
Yep.
when you do an individual tour, that's just one-on-one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Do they cost? Do they cost more than the group ones?
Yeah, they do. Yep.
They do.
But you get to do exactly what you want to do when you want to do it. So they're very, very, the upside of them is they're very flexible and you get to, if you go, nah, look, I said I want to do that, but I don't want to do that now, I want to do this, we can just change it and move it to suit.
Mm.
So with a group, we have to organise things quite stringently, if you like.
Yeah.
Whereas with the individuals, we can be a bit more relaxed and go, nah, look, we don't need to book that. So something like Canberra, you don't need to book the War Memorial or boat cruises or the museum. The museum in Canberra is magical to go and have a look at. It's really good. So Lake Burley Griffin cruises and stuff like that go through Parliament House because you might be able to go, well, we're not going to go to Parliament House today because Parliament's sitting tomorrow or the next day. We're going to go then. And we might go and listen to Question Time or something like that. So that's the magic of the individuals, that you got lots of flexibility.
Uh-huh.
With the group trips, still great, but we can't accommodate everyone's specific requirements.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously other people involved. So we have to get a group consensus, go, hey, do you want to do this? I've done it in the past. I was actually in Sydney and I had a group. We were going to go to the Sydney Easter show. Anyway, it was bucketing rain. I said, hey guys, so do you want to go there? We're going to be out in the rain all day, or do you want to go into Darling Harbour and we'll go into the aquarium? They go, yeah, the aquarium. So we literally just moved everything across and went into the aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
So I just organised with the aquarium pretty much on the spot to go and do that. Whereas with the individuals, it's obviously easier.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Canberra.
Yep.
I'm thinking about it.
Canberra's a good place to go. It's really interesting if you know where you're going and what you're doing.
Mm.
So I'm full of useless information on Canberra, full of it. I was brought up there. So I lived the first probably 20 years of my life there, so I know Canberra very, very well.
Uh-huh.
And we had to learn the history of Canberra when I was at school as well. All right then, gang. Well, that's it.
Okay then.
Thank you for coming along.
That's okay.
And
Thank you, Peter.
hopefully see you next week.
Okay, Peter.
All right.
Bye.
See you all.
See ya.
Bye.
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 Bye.